In this video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new Jean Grey Phoenix character that was revealed at Adepticon over the weekend. Hey guys, Rich from Rich Big Gaming. I hope everyone is doing fantastically well. Welcome to this, another MCP video. And obviously we had Adepticon this weekend. Now I was away over the weekend, so I have been catching up on a number of things. And what I'm going to do, rather than breaking down it in one huge video and going through absolutely everything, I'm just going to be picking out some of the key learnings from there and taking a look at any of the characters that were revealed. So in this first video, we're going to be taking a look at the Phoenix. We're going to do a look into her card. We'll take a look at the model, talk about how she could potentially play. We've also got a tactics card that we've seen on there as well. So let's jump in and let's take a look. So this is going to be CP83. This is going to be the Phoenix and Phoenix Unleashed. Now, first of all, let's take a quick look at the models, because I think the models are absolutely stunning for this character. You'll notice there that there are two different versions of the Phoenix, and when we get into the card, we'll understand how that works. But it is ultimately a transform mechanic. She also has these fire pillars. Now, these are not grunts. See these as being more like the constructs that Magneto brings along with him. So they don't have the grunt mechanic. They're going to work more like those constructs. So yeah, and as you can see, we've also got the I Am Reborn tactics card. Now, it's quite small to see the actual image on there, but we did get some nicer, closer up images of the actual cards themselves. Let's go in and take a look. So Phoenix Jean Grey, and this, as you can see, people that did enter the World Championship did also get one of these really nice little gold stamped versions of the card. But let's go through and let's take a look at what Jean does. So as you can see, she is a 6 threat, and as we saw from that picture, she's going to be on a small base. A 4-4-5 stat line, which I think is absolutely fine. She's going to have 7 stamina, size 2, and a medium move. So small base, medium move. She's got 1 builder, which is bolts of flame. It's going to be energy. Range 3 even, strength 6, power equal to damage dealt, and then incinerate on a wild. And then Firestorm is going to be area 3, strength 6, and it's going to cost 6. And allied characters within range of this attack may remove 1 damage instead of suffering 1 damage. So how does that work? Well, basically, if your own models are caught in either an area or a beam attack, they would normally take a damage. Now, they don't get any power for that, but they do take a damage rather than you rolling an attack against them. So in Firestorm, she's actually going to be healing rather than damaging her own characters. So, you know, a nice little AoE heal that goes into this as well. And then again on a wild, after the attack is resolved, they're going to get the incinerate special condition. Cosmically empowered telekinesis. This is going to be one of her 2 active superpowers. It's going to cost 3. Choose an enemy character of size 5 or less, or an interactive terrain feature size 4 or less within 2, and throw it medium. This superpower can be used only once per turn. This is a really, really nice throw. Unlimited throw. I don't think we've had, I'm trying to rack my brains, I don't think we've ever had an unlimited size character throw from an active superpower before. Yes, off the back of attacks, we've had them, but not off the back of actual superpowers. And obviously, usually it's, you know, choose interactive terrain feature or enemy character of size X or less. But what they've done here is said, well, she can throw size 5 characters, but she can only throw size 4 buildings, which I think makes sense. The range 2 and the medium throw, again, I think is pretty good. And the fact it only costs 3 power, I think this is a really, really good, throw. You know, range 3 would have been nice, but that's probably getting a little bit greedy if we're being perfectly honest. We've got Rejuvenating Flames. Choose an allied character within 3. The chosen character removes up to 2 damage and up to 1 special condition from itself. A character may only be targeted by this superpower once per turn. Okay, so choose an allied character within 3. So that includes herself. She is within range of herself. And because it doesn't say another allied character, it means she can use this on herself. 2 damage and 1 special condition for 2 power is crazy good. Crazy good. And it's not limited to once per turn. It's limited to each character being targeted once per turn, which is exceptionally good. Now, it's a big power dump, and I am a little concerned at the moment that her only power generation is a 6 dice builder, but we'll see what else she's got. So we've got reactive ability, Burning Resolve. It's going to cost 3. When another allied character within range 3 would be advanced, placed, or pushed by an enemy effect, this character may use this superpower. They are not advanced, placed, or pushed. So basically, she's stopping another allied. This only works on another allied character, but she's stopping them from being pushed, advanced, or placed. Costs 3 power, and it's not limited to once per turn, which is quite nice. Next up, then, we've got an innate ability called I Am Fire and Life Incarnate. Whenever an allied non-grunt character is dazed or KO'd, this character gains 1 Phoenix token. When this character would be dazed, it gains 3 Phoenix tokens. If this character has 3 or more Phoenix tokens at the start of your turn, or if this character would flip its stat card to the injured side, place Phoenix Unleashed within range 2 of it. Phoenix Unleashed is now part of your squad. Move all power, all activated tokens, and all Phoenix tokens from this character to Phoenix Unleashed. Then remove this character from the battlefield. Okay, so these Phoenix tokens are not going to do anything else from what I can see on this side of her card. But when she builds up to 3 or more, she is going to flip, essentially. Which I'm not too... So, and just to clarify, there is no injured side to Jean Grey, or to this version of Jean Grey. Think of it more as like the Hulkbuster. Right? Think of it more as like the Hulkbuster. So she has no way to drop these Phoenix tokens, and she only needs 3. Now, it is at the start of your turn. So is it the start of this character's turn? If this character has 3 or more Phoenix tokens at the start of your turn. So it could be anybody's turn. So it could be mid-round where she triggers. She does keep all the power. It doesn't say... So you move all power, all activated tokens, so if she has been moved, and all Phoenix tokens. But obviously any damage, any special conditions, it doesn't say to move them over. So you won't carry over any special conditions. So yeah, this seems... The fact it's dazed or KO'd. So whenever an allied non-grunt character is dazed or KO'd. So she's only going to need... That only needs to happen 3 times to force her to flip. So she could have taken no damage whatsoever, and she is effectively, quote unquote, forced to go to her. It's not an injured side, but effectively, you can eat through 7 stamina's worth of stamina by just dazing or KOing 3 other characters. Which, yeah, the fact that she's got no way to drop them on this side, I gather what that's doing is it's the build-up of the Phoenix power within her. And as we know from the movies or the comics or the TV shows, this is a very supporty type Jean. Lots of heals, stopping people getting moved around, removing special conditions. And I'm assuming that when we go to the Phoenix Unleashed side, that is when her absolute power is going to be unleashed upon the world. Just from looking at this side of the card so far, I think being able to essentially remove 7 stamina off the board without ever touching her and without ever doing any damage to her or anything like that is a little rough, to say the least. But let's carry on and take a look. Psionic Nexus, so she gains an extra power per turn, and then Flight, immune to Incinerate and Poison. Well, Incinerate and Poison makes sense, I think. She's going to have better power generation than what I thought, because she's going to get an extra 1 per turn. But that does mean that she is quite reliant on that Bolts of Flame to be able to generate some power for her. And don't get me wrong, against some characters it's going to work absolutely fine. But against characters with 4 defense, sometimes 5 defense now we're seeing on energy, that's going to be a little bit of a struggle, I would say, for her. This side of the card, I'm going to be brutally honest, does not feel like a 6 threat character to me. So the first half of a card, this feels more like a 5 threat. But we'll see. We'll take a look at the reverse side of Jean and see how good she is once she becomes the Phoenix Unleashed. So, as I say, it's a different model, but see this as a similar mechanic to the Hulkbuster, where there is no injured side. If you meet the criteria, so let's just go back a second and just firm that up. So if you meet the criteria, which is either going to be 3 or more Phoenix tokens, or this character being dazed. Now, it's important to note that if you are not dazed and you have 3 or more tokens, then you just carry the 3 over. Let's say it's 3. But if she, let's say, has 2 Phoenix tokens and then is dazed, she gains 3. So she can potentially be coming into this with 5 Phoenix tokens. So that's going to be the most, I think, that she's going to be able to come in with. I'm just trying to work that out. No, because it's turn. So you could effectively, she could be on 3 and then you could daze her and she could be on 6. But so she can come in with a lot of tokens. So Jean Grey Unleashed. Obviously, as you saw, let's just go back a second. Looks like she moves to a large base, which, it's a big bump up in base size. 4/5/3. 3 Mystic on a 6 threat character feels a little rough. But let's see what else she's got. 10 stamina, size 4, short move. Short move, obviously, because she's now on that large base. So Phoenix Blast, range 4, strength 6, 0 cost, destructive force. When creating the dice pool for this attack, this character may choose any interactive terrain feature of size 2, 3, or 4 within 4 and destroy it. So you don't choose all, you can just choose 1. Add a number of dice to the attack pool equal to the size of the terrain feature destroyed. Then, if there are fewer than 2 of this character's flame pillars in play, place 1 flame pillar within range 4 of this character. It is a size 1 interactive terrain feature. After this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 Phoenix token. Okay, so there's no power generation on this. So it's a 0 cost, but it doesn't generate power. 6 dice basic. You can bump that up to either 8, 9, or 10 by destroying one size 2, size 3, or size 4 building. No, it doesn't say size 1, and her actual flame pillars are size 1, so she's not able to destroy her own flame pillars there. And then she's going to get a Phoenix token at the end of this attack. Okay, so again, we need to understand what the flame pillars do and what the Phoenix tokens do. Okay, next up, we've got her second attack, which is going to be molecular disintegration. Beam 4, strength 8, costs 6. After each attack is resolved, the target character is not dazed. If the target character is not dazed or KO'd, this character loses 1 Phoenix token. Now again, off the back of looking at this doesn't feel like good value for power. Beam 4 and strength 8 for 6. If we were to compare that to a 5 threat, for example, like Claw, who is beam 5, strength 7, only costs 5, and it has a pierce on there, then yeah, I'm not sure how good this is. Now, is losing a Phoenix token good? Is that a good thing? I don't know. I don't know if losing them or gaining them is good. We will have to wait and see. We've got a reactive superpower here called Temporal Domination. 0 power. Now, the reason it's 0 power, but it's 1, does mean that if she is rooted or a Loki's nearby or something like that, it can still bump the cost up. When this character is attacking or defending during the modify dice step, it may use this superpower. This character gains 1 Phoenix token and may reroll up to 3 of its dice in its attack or defense roll. Can only be used once per turn. Okay, so it feels like from this that gaining a Phoenix token is bad, because that feels like it's the cost that you are paying. So again, let's see. All are beneath me. This is going to be a first innate. When measuring the range and line of sight for this character's attacks, you may choose one of this character's flame pillars and measure range and line of sight from it. If you do, after all attacks are resolved, each target character gains the incinerate special condition. Then the flame pillar is destroyed. Okay. So she can place these within range 4 of herself, and then she can measure from them. So you can range 4 from herself for a Phoenix Blast, place a flame pillar, and then spend the 6 power for molecular disintegration, which is the beam 4 one. Okay, but then the flame pillar is destroyed at the end of it. This is interesting. I still don't understand how she's generating power, but I gather we'll come on to that. During the power phase, here we go. So, Untamed Cosmic Entity. During the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power for each Phoenix token it has. When this character dazes or KOs an enemy character, this character loses 1 Phoenix token. When another allied character is dazed or KO'd, this character gains 1 Phoenix token. Okay, so losing token. So it's a balance, right? She's got her own little mini game involved in here. The Phoenix tokens are going to give her extra power, but I'm assuming something bad happens. So additionally, if this character were to flip its stat card to the injured side, or if it has 5 or more Phoenix tokens at the end of its activation, roll dice equal to the number of Phoenix tokens this character has. Each character within range 5 of this character, also each character suffers 1 damage for each hit crit wild result rolled. Oh, wow, okay. So, basically, if she's got 5... Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm reading ahead of this. So, Let's go through this again. Each character within 5 of this character suffers 1 damage for each hit crit wild result rolled. Destroy each terrain feature within 5 of this character with a size equal to or less than the number of hit crit wilds rolled. Then this character is KO'd. Wow. So again, without doing a single damage to Jean, there is a way of being able to get her off the board. But she does go out in a blaze of glory, apparently. This is this is really interesting. She's a very, very niche piece to play. This is not a pick up and play, throw her in my X-Men roster and see what happens. There's a lot more nuance to Jean or to the Phoenix. The big thing that is giving me big warning signs is this untamed cosmic entity. Because and then on the other side, if we go back a second, I am Fire and Life incarnate. There's a way to just take her off the board without ever touching her. So how does she gain them? So she carries over any tokens from this side of the board. Move all activated tokens and all Phoenix tokens to Phoenix Unleashed. So she's starting with at least 3. At least 3. Probably more. So let's say 3, right? Best case scenario is 3. And then if she ever has 5 or more at the end of her activation, so you do get the opportunity to get rid of them. So if she has 5 or more, that's when she blows up. So she gains them in 2 ways. So she gains them by doing a Phoenix Blast. She's going to gain 1 Phoenix token. So let's say it's the first turn you're playing with her, right? So, and you activate her first. So now she's on 4. And then when this character dazes or KOs an enemy character, so she loses them by dazing or KOing an enemy character, or in molecular disintegration, if she doesn't daze or KO them, she loses them. So she has 2 ways of being able to drop them. When an allied character is dazed or KO, she gains 1. And if she wants to use her temporal domination, she also gains 1. And then to finish things off, she's got flight, immune to incinerate, poison, stagger, and stun. This is really interesting. Or she is really interesting, should I say. Without playtesting her, it's really difficult to see how she feels on the board. But I think anytime you have a character where your opponent can effectively ignore them and take them off the board, like if you start, right, if you start the round on 4 and you choose to not activate Jean, or your opponent has priority, and they manage to daze or KO 2 of your allies, she's all of a sudden on 6. So how is she going to drop enough, right? Because, okay, she carries the power over, so she might have enough to do the molecular disintegration. You'd imagine she probably does, because she'll have gone through another power phase. But even so, you've got to be in a position where you can hit multiple characters with that. And then doing anything else is going to add more Phoenix tokens onto her. I think my personal opinion here is, okay, and this video has gone on for a little bit longer than what I thought here. Okay, here is my hot take. I could be wrong. Let's go back a second. Start at the beginning. Models, beautiful. Okay, absolutely beautiful. Let's quickly go through that tactics card. I am reborn. When an allied Phoenix would be dazed, she may play this card. push all characters within 2 of Phoenix away. Short, push characters gain the Incinerate special condition. That's fine. That's a nice card. Like, is it stapled? I don't think so, but it's a nice card that she can take with her. Although there is a chance that you never get to use it because when she flips, she isn't dazed. Phoenix side of her card, for me, nowhere near a 6 threat. Nowhere near a 6 threat in terms of what she does. Power generation, again, is going to be a problem for her. It's a problem that she had on the other version of herself. You expect a 6 threat to be able to generate power much more easily than this. 1 range 3, 6 strength attack isn't going to be able to generate enough to be able to do everything that she wants. Yes, Psionic Nexus helps, but as soon as you start she's got lots of cool things, but the moment you start dumping power into these cool things, she's just going to really struggle from a power generation side of things. So that's the first thing. And so does not feel like a 6 threat. This side of Jean feels more like a 6 threat, but for me, it's so easy. Not so easy, but could very easily be taken out of the game very quickly, that I just think she's too much of a liability. Too much of a liability. And the fact that when she is removed from the board, she's going to explode and do damage. And also 3 Mystic. 3 Mystic is absolutely nothing. Dracula with his Fury of the Vampire, because she's not immune to bleed. Dracula could eat through that 10 stamina very, very easily. She's got defensive tech, right, with temporal domination, but you're then taking, you're then gaining one of these extra Phoenix tokens, which doesn't feel good. I'm overall, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a miss. I really think it's a miss. She's cool and she does lots of cool things, but I think once you actually get her onto the board, you're going to struggle to be able to do the things you want to do on her, let's call it healthy side. And then once she flips into Phoenix Unleashed, I actually don't, what is that? That is it's going to be at least an 8, right? So it's going to be at least 8 power. And I suppose if you do daze the character, so let me just double check. When she dazes or KOs an enemy character. So it's with Phoenix Blast, it's a net 0 if you daze or KO somebody. So that's not too bad. But if you whiff and you don't, then you've gained 1. It feels rough. It feels really rough. Really interesting. But I just don't understand where she fits is the other thing. Like, she's not... You look at Gladiator, right? Brand new 6 threat, comparable. Very, very easily slides into so many teams, and brings a lot. Has some nice tactics cards, one really good one that's fine, but slips into so many teams very, very easily. You look at her and go, well, she could be great with Magneto. Lots of additional power generation for her, which is really nice. Terrain, destroying terrain pieces, which again is really, really nice. But she's a 6 threat, and Magneto's already a 6 threat. I just don't see where she fits, and this is the problem. She doesn't spend any power on this side on abilities, Yes, this side she does. But I really don't see where she fits. And overall, because of how... I would have really liked an extra dice on Bolts of Flame, or she generates 2 power a turn. I just don't think she's going to be doing... I just don't think she's going to be generating enough to do all of the cool things she wants to do. And maybe that's it. Maybe you put her into a... maybe she sits well under Scott or under Charles, and that solves her power generation issue. Maybe that's it, right? Maybe that's it. But I feel like a 6 threat should be far more standalone and not be reliant on anything else to generate power for them. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to be intrigued to play some games with her. The models, as usual with AMG, are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. But there's a few things setting off alarm bells in my head. 3 or more Phoenix tokens on this side, and you've just essentially lost 7 stamina. And they are both healthy characters, but, you know, the quicker you flip her to this side, the quicker you can start hitting her with mystic attacks. And like I said, 3 dice against mystic as a 6 threat is rough. I would say probably even more rough than her whole Phoenix token mini game that she's playing, right? Probably even more rough than that. You can just focus in on her, double tap her with a big mystic spender, and she's down. She's down and out. Which, you know, a 6 threat that can be taken off the board that easily is a little rough, I would say. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below, guys. What do you think of Jean? Is she good? I've seen comments talking about how the power creep in this game is crazy good and she's ridiculous. I've got to be honest, guys, I just do not see it. I really do not see it. Now, don't get me wrong, she could do work, but coming up against the wrong team, Convocation are going to rip this girl to shreds. Absolutely rip her to shreds. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you think she's good? Do you think she's worth that 6 cost? She's definitely worth the cost for how nice the model is, but I just don't know how good she's actually going to be once you get her on the table. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Guys, we've got some very special videos coming up this week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get all of our videos. A very, very special video coming out tomorrow, which I'm super, super happy about. I want to give a big shout out to all of our Discord members as well, but more importantly, our Patreon members and our YouTube supporters. Thank you guys so much. It really, really does go a long way to helping with the running of the channel. And if you do want to support us, you can do so from as little as £1 a month. Link down in the description below. But as always, you don't need to do either of those things. Simply liking, commenting, subscribing really goes a long way to helping with the growth of the channel. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean the absolute world. Check out the Discord. We are about to, so you're going to have like not long after this video goes out to sign up for April's event where Jean Grey will be legal. You can try out Jean Grey in our upcoming event that we've got for April. So if you want to try her out, head over to the Discord, go and check that out, sign up, and you can join us for our April event. I think we've already got 10 or 11 people signed up for that event, so go and check that out. We're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and as always, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.